Hello guys, welcome to LawPutra YouTube channel. I am Bhavna here. Today we are gonna discussing about the topic the relation between ownership and possession. It's actually a simple topic. Let's just simplify it more. Before going and saying the relation between both, let's just know what is a meaning of ownership and possession. Ownership is nothing but having an absolute authority upon a property or an object. Ownership means having absolute authority, while coming to possession means having a proper physical control upon an object or property. Okay, possession means having a physical control over a property or an object, while ownership is having absolute authority. Okay, let's just know the relation between both. Ownership is a law of right. Okay, ownership is law of right, while possession is a law of fact. Okay, ownership is law of right, while possession is a law of right. Well, coming to ownership, it has unlimited and uncontrolled and rights under the law. It has unlimited and uncontrolled rights under the law. While coming to possession, it has limited concept of rights. Okay, in possession, it has only limited concept of rights. Coming to ownership, it has unlimited rights and uncontrolled rights under the law. Where ownership means having absolute authority, where possession is the primary stage of ownership. Okay, remember this point. Possession is a primary stage of ownership. Well, possession tends to become ownership, while ownership tends to realize itself into possession. Okay, possession tends to become ownership. Possession tends to become ownership, while ownership tends to realize itself into possession. Possession doesn't give the title in the property. Okay, possession doesn't give the title in the property, while coming to ownership gives title in the property. Okay, ownership gives title in the property and possession doesn't give the title in the property. Where possession is the de facto exercise of claims, means de facto means by the facts. Okay, de facto means by the facts. While coming to ownership, ownership is a de jure recognition. De jure means by the law. Here we learn two Latin terms which are de facto and de jure. De facto means by the facts and de jure means by the law. Possession is a fact, while ownership is a right and superior to possession. Okay, possession is a fact, while ownership is a right and superior to possession. Elements of corpus and animus are necessary in possession. Like corpus and animus are necessary in possession, while coming to ownership, these are not necessary. Ownership, they are not necessary because law gives full rights. As we discussed earlier, ownership gives full right, where that doesn't include in possession. That doesn't see. Possession includes corpus and animus. In possession, transfer of property is easy. Okay, in possession, transfer of property is easy because it's having a physical control over the property. That's it. While coming to ownership, the transfer of property requires a proper procedure under the law. Transfer process to be followed in under the law in ownership. Okay, possession is the 9 points of law. Okay, possession is the 9 points of law, whereas ownership, most of the cases involves technical process. In ownership, it involves a technical process. All possessions need not to be ownership. Remember the point, all possessions need not to be ownership. While coming to ownership, all ownerships, though not having possession, have legal rights. All ownerships, though not having possession, have legal rights. Okay, moving to the next points. Possession's rights only shows real possession. Okay, possessory rights shows only real possession, while in ownership it is perfectly legal right. It shows legal situation. In ownership it shows legal situation, while in possession it shows real possession. Okay, in possession it faces the technical obstacles for transfer. As we discussed earlier, it faces obstacles for transfer, while in ownership it has no technical obstructions for transfer. I hope you all clear with the point. Let's just have a quick replay of these points we discussed now. Ownership is having an absolute authority over a property or an object, whereas possession is having a physical control over a property or an object. Ownership has unlimited and uncontrolled rights under the law, whereas possession has limited rights under the concept. While possession tends to become ownership, and ownership tends to realize itself into a possession. Possession doesn't give the title in the property, whereas ownership gives the title in the property. Possession is the de facto exercise of claims, whereas ownership is a de jure concept. Possession is a fact, while ownership is a right and superior to possession. Elements of corpus and animus are necessary in possession, while these are not necessary in ownership. The transfer of property is easy in possession as it's having a physical control over property. While coming to ownership, it requires a procedure under the law, and steps like registration and etc. are needed while transferring a property. And coming to seventh point, possession is the 9 points of law, whereas ownership most of the cases involves a technical issues. Okay, technical process. In ownership, technical process is involved. Well, in possession, these are not required. It is a 9 points of law. All possession need not to be ownership. Okay, all possessions need not to be ownership. While coming to ownership, all ownerships, though not having a possession, have legal rights. Ownership have legal rights, as we discussed in the first stage. Okay, moving to the next, possessory rights shows the real possession. Okay, in possession, the possessory rights shows the real possession, while in ownership, it is perfectly legal right. It shows legal situations. Okay, in ownership, it faces the technical obstacles for transfer. Okay, in possession, it faces the technical phases, while in ownership, it has no technical obstructions to transfer. I hope you all clear with the points. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the comment section. If you like the video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to LawPutra YouTube channel. Thank you.